Welcome to Peek Inside. I'm Brandon Ortega, a student in the Broadcasting and Electronic Media Department at Pikes Peak State College. This program takes you inside the events, careers, and lives of people in and around the Pikes Peak region. Our guest today is Abragail Kappel.
Kappel, thank you for having me, Brandon. I appreciate it.
Abragail is an important instructor here at Pikes Peak State College.
Yeah.
Have you always wanted to teach?
No.
No?
No. Honestly, children scare me.
Really?
Yes. Never really wanted to be a teacher until Brian approached me many years back and asked if I'd be willing to take on a course in the evening, and I said, oh, why not? It's
Really?
within the realm of what I already do,
Yeah.
and I honestly found a lot of enjoyment and fulfillment from it. That was very surprising.
Okay, that's very nice. What did you do before teaching?
So I worked in the news industry for a long time. I was a news producer and an executive news producer for a couple different stations around the nation.
Okay.
And then after I left the news industry, I worked in sports. So I was with the Sky Sox and the Vibes for about 4 to 5 seasons.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Was that all here in Colorado, or?
So I worked in Grand Junction first, and then I went to Albany, New York, and then I came here to the Springs, and then have stayed.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
What classes have you taught here?
So I teach a variety of different classes. On the college side, I teach Introduction to Electronic Media, which is a course that focuses on what media used to be like and where we are today and where we are potentially heading into the future. And then I also teach a commercial writing course for advertising, to teach you how to write commercials for radio and TV.
Really?
Yeah. In addition to that, I also teach the high schoolers who come in for the CareerStart program.
The CareerStart program. What is the CareerStart program?
So it's a concurrent enrollment program that Pikes Peak State College does. They work with multiple multiple school districts around the Colorado Springs region, and they have students apply to take college courses and get college credit for it. The programs range anywhere from broadcasting and electronic media to welding to culinary to construction to criminal justice. So they come in, they spend 5 days a week here for the first 2.5, 3 hours of their morning. They get taught the classes, and then at the end of the year, they get college credit for it.
Wow, that is real nice.
Yeah.
I wish I had that when I was in high school.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool opportunity. Many of them are seniors, but some are juniors, so they can do it multiple times. And the great thing is those credits transfer.
Nice, that's very nice.
Yeah.
What was your favorite class to teach?
It's a hard one. Of course, the advertising course is one of my favorites. I work in marketing, so teaching about commercial writing and just advertising in general is something I love to talk about, and I do it all the time.
Yeah.
However, there are a couple other courses. I've been teaching my high schoolers streaming, which has been really fun. So they come in and we teach them how to successfully stream, whether it's video games or lifestyle blogs. So there's a lot of conversation on how to be a better speaker, how to have a better presence in front of a camera or online, and that one's been very entertaining to teach.
Yeah.
And then electronic media is also a great course as well.
That's very nice. Thank you for sharing. We'll be right back after these credits.
Everybody in my house knows how to ride a bike except me. People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike and you didn't? I didn't teach them. I just created an environment where they taught themselves, and all I had to do was be there.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
You quit smoking and thought, that's that. But here's the thing about lung cancer. By the time you see the symptoms, it could be too late. But now, there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early when it's more curable. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
You're watching Pikes Peak TV.
Welcome back to Peek Inside. I'm Brandon from the Broadcasting and Electronic Media Department at Pikes Peak State College. We're joined today by Abragail Kappel. So Abragail, please tell me more about your favorite class.
Yeah, before the break we were talking about electronic media. Brian and I really love to nerd out about this class because it is a lot of what we do, you know, teaching in media and being a part of media studies and sharing that with the younger generations is very interesting, especially because we all grew up in different generations. Yeah. So it's interesting to hear how our lifestyles and our upbringings have been affected and how they differ from yours and even the generations younger than us.
Right. So speaking of your upbringing, when you were growing up, what did you see yourself becoming?
Oh man, I mean, just like any kid, I had some crazy dreams. Pretty sure I wanted to be a veterinarian for a really long time. I think I was about in middle school when I really wanted to go into journalism.
Journalism?
Yeah.
Wow. So did you do journalism?
Yeah, so my degree is technically broadcast journalism. Mm-hmm. So I went in with a journalism background into the news industry. So I brought the storytelling aspect into working in a newsroom. That wasn't my original intent. I really wanted to be a newspaper long-form political correspondent.
Oh, wow.
But it's a tough life to live that way, and I kind of got to a point where that's not what I wanted to do anymore.
Can you shed some more light on that as to why you didn't want to do that?
I wanted to be stable in one place. You know, when you're a long-form traveling journalist, a lot of your time is bouncing around to different areas and living in different places and covering different things. And after a while, I realized that I wanted to kind of be in one place.
Of course. So you really enjoy it here?
I do. I love the Springs.
Yes. How long have you been here?
Since 2016.
2016?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's way longer than me.
There's a lot to discover.
Yeah. So, can you tell me more about your career and what you're doing besides teaching?
Yeah, so after I left the news business and then after I worked in sports for a little bit, I decided it was kind of time to open my own business. So I have my own marketing consulting agency. It's really an agency, it's just me. But I help different clients in the area with all things marketing. So whether that's commercial writing or whether it's doing social media management or strategy or even social media posting and scheduling, I do a lot of that. Also email newsletters, different types of marketing events, creating flyers, things like that.
That's real nice. So you've done events around here?
Yes, so my biggest client is the Pikes Peak Ascent Marathon, so staying within that sports realm. So I work really, really closely with them, handle most of their communications as well as their sponsorships. And then I have a couple other agencies that I freelance with to work through all their marketing strategies.
Nice, very nice. Well, thank you for sharing. We'll be right back after this break to hear some more.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane. Woo! You got this.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Is it okay to call you Mom?
Of course you can.
You are watching Pikes Peak TV.
to A Peek Inside. I'm Brandon from the Broadcasting and Electronic Media Department at Pikes Peak State College. Today we're joined by Abragail Kappel. So Abragail, can you please tell me more about your teaching career?
Yeah, so I came in as an adjunct professor per Brian about 5-6 years ago. I've been teaching that advertising course, and then Brian approached me last year and asked if I would be interested in taking over the CareerStart program, and I decided why not? Might as well give it a try and see how it goes.
So what is your craziest experience here, or most interesting experience that you'd say?
I don't know if it's necessarily a crazy experience, but teaching high schoolers is kind of wild. They have very interesting personalities, and so we've had a lot of very intriguing conversations in our classes, not even just comparing our different generations, but they ask a lot of really good questions, really trying to understand the world, which is refreshing to see. Right. But they have a lot of energy, even though they say they're tired, so that's always the funniest thing, is like, oh, I'm exhausted, yet they're bouncing off the walls. So I'm like, I miss that. I miss having that type of energy in life.
Oh man. So do you, like, the types of questions that they ask, what would you say is the most impactful?
I think the most impactful right now is we're really talking about media literacy and making sure that it's important that as an individual you understand the world and the world around you, and being aware of the information that exists, true and false, and being able to make those realistic decisions knowing the information. And so they have a lot of good grasp on that, but there's also parts of them, you know, we all live in a bubble. We all live in a technology bubble. We expose ourselves to what we want to expose ourselves to, and it's been interesting throughout this course to see them kind of realize that and realize there's a lot that they don't know either.
Yeah, of course, even with the Google at your fingertips.
Yes, exactly.
So what do you say about like children these days growing up with electronics and technology? How do you think that's affected them?
I don't know if you want to hear my honest opinions on that. I think that there is an issue when it comes to technology being introduced to children at a younger age. I think our society has become so dependent on technology and devices that it's an easy out. You know, give a kid, a 5-year-old, an iPad to watch a show instead of forcing them to go outside or to be more interactive or socially active with other people. And I think that's going to affect us in the long run of what happens when that generation grows up.
Yeah.
What does the world look like? I don't know.
Who does?
Yeah.
How has technology impacted you?
So I grew up in the generation where, you know, the internet was just being created and being utilized in the 90s. And so by the time I was in middle school and high school, it was there, but it wasn't as robust as it is today. So, you know, I kind of grew up in that generation that it was sort of the middle, you know. I had the internet, but then now it's bigger than it ever was.
Right. Thank you for sharing with us today.
Yeah, of course.
That's all the time we have for A Peek Inside. I'd like to thank our guest, Abragail Kappel. I'm Brandon Ortega, a student in the Broadcasting Electronic Media Department at Pikes Peak State College. For more information on this program can be found at pikespeak.edu/BEM.